of us have at least one gift. But how do I discover my spiritual gifts? I will make some suggestion. Number one, of course, is pray and ask the Lord for wisdom. Okay? Proverbs says this way, trust in the Lord with all your heart, right? And lean not upon your understanding, but in everything submit to Him and He will make your path straight. Trust in Him. Ask Him. It may not make sense. I remember when I was trying to discover my gifts, I have a hard time accepting that I can preach. Because if you know me from before, I was a very shy person. I would be terrified to speak in public. I remember in Indonesia, in Indonesia, those of you who grew up in Indonesia, in classes, sometimes you have to sing, right? I don't know, it's weird, but sometimes you have to go in front of class and you have to sing. At least I went to Tarakanita, and something like that. Anyway, and it's a Catholic school. And I remember, there were times in a month where every person had to stand up and sing. And I hated it so much because I can't sing and I hate being in the front and like this. I just can't stand it, And then I would just sing the same old song. What was it? The national anthem of Indonesia. Indonesia. That's all I can sing, okay? But I was scared. So when God started calling me to be preaching, I said, God, this doesn't make sense because I'm not gifted in preaching. I'm like Moses. I feel like this is not my strength, God. But I have to trust God. And James 1 verse 5 says that we need to ask for wisdom if we are lacking. Okay, if you want to start knowing, to discover your gifts, start asking Lord, God, what is it? I want to know what you have given me so that I can function, I can do my role in the body of Christ, so that I can do my part. Okay. Secondly, look for ministries that make you feel fulfilled. Okay? Look for ministries that make you feel like you really love it and you just feel so recharged, energized when you finish doing it. For me, I know for sure it's evangelism. Ask my wife. I can, since I got born again, I can talk to anyone, anywhere about God. Whether it's in a bus, in an airplane, on a tennis court, in Home Depot, over here, anywhere. That's my passion. And I feel fulfilled when I talk to people, and about the gospel. When I go on mission trips, to Kalimantan or Irinjaya, and I may be tired when I come home, but I feel so refreshed. I feel so recharged. So I know that is one of my gifts that I have as an evangelism. I have been called into the office of a pastor, but one of my gifts I have is evangelism. Okay? Look for ministries that you're most effective. Okay? If you ask me to do Martha ministry, I can do it, but nobody will buy the food. Okay? We probably, I've cooked before, but it's survival cooking. Okay? And so I won't be effective. It's like the Jacob and the Esau. If you ask Esau to cook, he probably cannot do very well. But you ask Jacob to go hunting, that's not his strength. Okay, that's not his gift. So look for ministries that you're most effective in. Okay, and then look for ministries that others can affirm in you. I think some of you have. Again, I hope you meant it from your heart, but some of you have come to me over the years that you said, hey, there was a great message, whatever. You feel like I'm pretty good in preaching. So then I begin to learn, okay, so maybe that's one of my gifts, is to preach. Okay, so people have been affirming me. So look for those things. Look at people who have been affirming. Maybe in music, maybe it's in cooking, maybe it's in teaching. These are gifts that people can recognize in us. Okay, and that's kind of related to number 5. Ask others, okay, especially, and I put both here, close and spiritually mature. So, because some people who are close with you may not be spiritually mature. Some people who are spiritually mature may not be close to you. So hopefully it's your spouse. Your spouse hopefully is someone who's close to you, but hopefully he or she is also spiritually mature. Ask them, hey, what do you think is my gift? That you understand from the Bible, what do you think is my spiritual gift? Hopefully your spouse or your accountability partner or your spiritual leaders, okay, can help you also guide you along. Lastly, I would say there are many out there. When I check it out, there are many online free spiritual gift tests. Okay, there are many out there. You can try that too. But I put this last. Why? Because it's dangerous when you use spiritual gift tests because it tends to pigeonhole you. Oh, my gift is let's say, I don't have the gift of evangelism, so I don't want to witness, let's say. But no. Just because you don't have the gift of evangelism doesn't mean you should not be a witness. Oh, I don't have the gift of hospitality, so you should be unhospitable, on whatever. Okay, be mean. No, you can't never come to my house because I don't have that gift. No, my house can't be open. I don't have that gift. Okay, is it just because you don't have the gift of giving, you should be stingy? No, right? But that's the problem with the spiritual gift test. It tends to kind of like trap you. Say, oh, this is your gift, and that's it. But that's what. But again, you can use it just to give you a sort of like a guide, a taste. Okay, maybe this is my strength, and maybe it's not my strength. Okay, just like for me, my gift is in evangelism, but my weakness is counseling. Let's say I don't like counseling. Okay, I don't enjoy it. When somebody asks me, hey, Pastor, can I have counseling time with you? I don't go jump up and down. Yes, I will counsel you. Okay, I will be. I don't come out of a counseling session, refresh. I'll be usually go, whew, But I've been called to the office of a pastor, and so God has given me certain gifts, like a preaching, for instance. And so I may have to do it. I don't have that's not my gift, counseling, but I have to do it because that's part of the office, let's say, that I do some counseling. But if you ask me again to go, on a mission trip, I'll be very excited. Okay, so again, the last one I want to ask you the question is, how do I get better or good at my spiritual gift? How do I get really good at this gift once I discover it? Number one, like I said, is learn to identify. You need to learn to identify what is your gift. And once you learn to identify it, you need to learn what is the purpose. What is the function of that gift? What is the role? What is my responsibilities? What are the restrictions of that gift? Okay? When a policeman gets a gun, he has to know the restriction and the responsibilities of carrying that gun. A policeman cannot use his gun to teach his son, discipline. Son, sit down. Eat your vegetables or I shoot you. That's abuse, right? That's improper usage of his gift, that gift. So the same thing, we have to know what is that gift, the responsibilities of when we have that gift. What is the restriction, what we can or cannot use that gift, and what is the function, the role, and so on. So learn to do that. Number two is practice. You need, if you want to be good in anything, it's always called practice, practice, practice. Keep on learning. Learning for other people, right? You always want to grow and learn. I know so many people who want to learn Chinese and they send their children, some of you did that too here, send your children to China. Why? In the summertime. Why? Because that's the best way to learn. If you learn only once a week in a Chinese lesson for an hour, yes, you will learn something, but you won't get good at it very quick. But you go to the place where everybody speaks Chinese, you will get good at it. So, you may want to go to places where people are using their gifts so you can learn. Like for me, I've been learning about preaching. Every time I listen to a preacher preach on TV, on my podcast, or on tapes, I'm always learning. Oh, that was a good point. I like the way he does his altar call. Or I like the way he uses examples. I'm always learning. All these years, I'm learning. Okay, I never stop learning. Okay, we need a mentor or a coach. Again, if you want to be good in any sports or any, in piano or whatever, you need someone to instruct us. So again, this is where, again, people, and this person may not be someone that's alive or someone who is close to you. You could, like I said, for me, I've been watching certain preachers that I like, and I watch them on TV or on podcasts or something, or on seminars. I may not know the person personally, but I'm always learning from these people. Last one over there says, willing to take a risk. This is so important, church. If you want to be good in something, you have to be willing to take a risk, even make mistakes. Right? If you learn the language, you want to learn French, if you want to wait until you're perfect pronunciation, you will never get there. By trying it out and people laugh at you, what did you say? Huh? So what? You make mistakes. Okay? The same thing with spiritual gifts. We have to be willing to take the risk. You go to a hospital, you visit a friend, and God suddenly speaks in your heart, pray for that person. I want to heal him or her. So you feel like, okay, God, I've never done this before. I'm scared. I don't know how to pray. But you take a risk. Okay, God, because I think you said it, I'll do it. You lay hands and you start praying for your friend. And the person, and then you pray, God, I pray that you will heal his cancer. And the person may say, I don't have cancer, I have a headache, So you make a mistake. So what? But at least you're learning to be faithful. You know,